My name is Stephanie Bolling, and I am from the Tri-County YMCA. And today what I'm going to show you are some exercises you can do at home while you're seated in a chair, watching TV, or at your dinner table, wherever. So things that you can do that are accessible with things you have at home. And what I brought today are some handheld weights. And you can also use, if you don't have any handheld weights at home, you can use some canned good items. Those will work as well. But we're going to start with our upper body, and I want to show you some exercises you can do for your biceps. So what you want to do is have a seat in a chair, come to the front of the chair, make sure you're sitting up nice and tall. Your arms are going to be down at your side and palms are facing forward. Okay, you want to bend your elbows, bringing those weights or the cans up to your shoulders and slowly come back down. Okay, and like I said, these are good for your bicep muscles. And what you want to do if you're just starting and you're not doing any kind of weight training, you probably just want to start with about 12 to 15 times, and just then take a break. If you feel like you can do another set, you could go ahead and do those. You could just start with one set. But it's important as you do these also to make sure that you breathe. You want to exhale as you bring the weights up and inhale as you take the weights down. Okay, and these again are called bicep curls. Okay, the next thing that I would like to show you is for the opposing muscle. Our bicep is located here on our arm. Our tricep is in back. So I'm going to set one weight down. You just need one weight at a time. And I'll turn to the side so you can see what I'm doing. But you're going to bring the weight next to your rib cage. Okay, your shoulder needs to stay nice and still. And as you take your arm, you're going to extend it straight back. Bring the weight next to your rib cage. Okay, and this is our tricep muscle. So the same thing here. You want to start with maybe 12 to 15 times and kind of work your way into a second set once you're ready to go ahead. Okay, and when you're doing these tricep extensions, you just need to make sure that after you've done 12 to 15 on one arm, you need to make sure you switch and do the second arm. Okay, and then the next exercise I would like to show you, these are good for your shoulders. So seated in the chair again, you just take your weight straight out to the side and slowly come back down. These are lateral raises. Like I said, good for your shoulder muscles. And you need to remember the same things. As you bring the weights up, you're going to exhale. As you bring the weights back down, you want to inhale. And after you've completed a set of 12 to 15 of these, you can do front raises. So again, the weights are down at your side. This time you're going to bring them up in front of your body. And your stopping point on the lateral raises and the front raises should be when your arms are parallel to the floor. That's as high as you want to go. And then slowly bring the weights back down. Okay, and then one more upper body exercise. This is an overhead press. So you're going to bring the weights up, so your arms are in like a goalpost position. You're going to take the weight straight up over your head and then bring your arms back down to that goalpost position. This exercise, again, is good for your shoulders and for your upper back. So make sure you maintain good posture. You're sitting up nice and tall. You can tighten those abdominal muscles and take the weight straight up and down. And again, this one's called an overhead press. Same thing here. Start with 12 to 15. Take a break. If you want to do a second set or slowly work into a second set, you can do that as well. Another exercise you can do using the handheld weights, turn to the side in your chair. And this is actually a row. What you're going to do is you just can support your weight on your lap with your opposite arm, the arm not holding the weight. You're going to bring the weight down toward your ankles. Make sure your back is nice and straight and you've got great posture. And you're going to pull the weight up next to your rib cage so you're leading with your elbow. Your elbow should come straight back and then slowly back down to your ankle. So keep that weight close to your body, leading with your elbow. Nice and slow, controlled movement. Remember, we're starting with 12 to 15 at a time. And make sure you breathe as you do these. And it's kind of natural to want to hold your breath as you lift weight, but it's healthy to make sure you breathe. So after you've done 12 to 15, make sure you switch and do the opposite side. Same thing, so turn in your chair, bring that weight down toward your ankle, support your weight across your lap, pull the weight back. The weight is going to start and stop next to your rib cage here. Lead with your elbow, a nice and slow, controlled movement. Okay, and one more exercise that I would like to show you. We did a tricep extension already, but another exercise you can do if you want to use a heavier weight, because you're going to be doing both arms at the same time, but this is good for your triceps as well. If you want to bring the weights up over your head, you need to sit up nice and tall, keep those elbows in close to your head. You're going to drop the weights down until your forearms are parallel to the floor, and then lift those weights straight back up over your head. Nice and slow. Make sure you don't lose your great form. You got to keep those elbows in nice and tight. And slowly bring those weights back up over your head. Okay. 12 to 15 at a time, and then make sure you rest. And when if you're not doing any kind of strength training at all, a good place to kind of start, if you're just going to do one set of 12 to 15, 2 or 3 pounds is a good place to kind of start, just to get a feel for how your muscles feel after you've gone through a series of strength training exercises. And then you can slowly progress from there. So that's just a good place for everybody in general to start. Okay, so those are the upper body exercises. I've brought a rubber resistance band to demonstrate some lower body exercises. And one thing that's important to remember when you're doing these, using these rubber resistance bands, if you don't have one of these, there's different weights represented with each color. So this one represents about 12 to 15 pounds of resistance. So they do make them lighter than that as well. But what you're going to do, seated in the chair, you're going to put that rubber resistance band underneath your feet. Okay? So you want to add some resistance. So I'm going to cross it in front and then pull it up to my waist. You can also bring it to your knees if you don't want to add as much resistance yet. But I'm going to pull it up to my waist, keep it right here. This exercise that I'm going to do, it actually targets our inner and outer thigh muscles. So I'm going to extend my leg out to the side and slowly bring it back in. It has to be a slow and controlled motion. Out and in. So as I'm bringing my leg back in, I'm working my inner thigh because I'm not letting that band bring my leg in. I'm controlling it. 12 to 15 here, and make sure you switch and do your other leg. Same thing. Out and in. Nice and slow. And another lower body exercise it's great to do, if you want to spread your feet even further apart when you're using these rubber resistance bands, and if you'll tap your toes nice and slow, you're going to feel this in your lower leg muscles. Tap your toes. You can even switch and tap your heels. Good for your calves. Okay, and just do this maybe 12 to 15 times. Take a break. And remember to breathe and always maintain good posture as you do these exercises. The YMCA actually offers a class, an enhanced fitness class that's at Salem United Church of Christ, which is located in Huntingburg. The class is on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 8:30 until 9:30. And anybody is welcome to come and participate in that class. But we do a lot of similar exercises like what you saw today. We do a lot of things like that Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So you're welcome to come and join us. If you have more questions or you'd like to contact the YMCA, our telephone number is 367-1411, extension 2814. And again, my name is Stephanie Bolling, and you can contact me at the YMCA.